Welcome back to the Financial Podcast. I'm your host, Olivia, and I'm so glad you could join me today as we dive into some really crucial financial information. For millions of Americans, Social Security and Supplemental Security Income, or SSI payments, are an absolutely vital part of their monthly budget. Knowing exactly when those funds will arrive is key to managing finances, paying bills, and simply having peace of mind. And as we head into the month of June 2025, there are a couple of important details about the payment schedule that everyone receiving these benefits needs to be aware of. The calendar for June 2025 has a little quirk that specifically impacts Supplemental Security Income beneficiaries. You see, SSI payments are typically sent out on the first day of each month. It's a straightforward schedule designed to be predictable. However, there's a standard rule the Social Security Administration follows. If the first of the month happens to fall on a weekend or a federal holiday, they move the payment date up to the nearest preceding business day. This is done to ensure that people don't have to wait extra days for their money just because of how the calendar lines up. Well, looking ahead to June 1st, 2025, it falls on a Sunday. So, according to that rule, the SSI payment that would normally be sent out on June 1st can't be processed then. Instead, the Social Security Administration has scheduled that June SSI payment to be sent out on Friday, May 30th, 2025. Now, this is a really important point, and it's something that can sometimes cause confusion, especially for those who rely heavily on this monthly income. Because the June SSI payment is being issued early on May 30th, it means that there will be no separate SSI payment issued during the calendar month of June 2025. You'll receive your June funds at the very end of May. This isn't an error, and it's not a bonus payment. It is simply the June payment arriving early because the 1st of June is on a Sunday. Think of it as your June check arriving a few days ahead of schedule. This is a standard administrative adjustment that happens whenever the first falls on a non-business day. While getting the money early might sound great on the surface, it requires careful budgeting. If you receive SSI, you'll get two payments in May, one on May 1st and the June payment on May 30th. But you need to make that May 30th payment last through the entire month of June because there won't be another SSI deposit until July 1st. This early payment situation for SSI isn't unique to June. It also happens in other months throughout the year when the first falls on a weekend or holiday. For example, looking further ahead in 2025, the September SSI payment will be moved up to late August because September 1st is a holiday. And the November payment will be moved up to late October because November 1st is a Saturday. So, staying on top of these specific dates is crucial for managing your funds effectively. It really highlights the need to have a clear understanding of the schedule and how these adjustments work. Now, while the SSI schedule has that specific adjustment, the payment schedule for regular Social Security benefits, which include retirement benefits, SSDI for disability, and survivor benefits, follows its traditional staggered approach in June 2025. This structure is based on two main factors, either the date you first started receiving your benefits or your date of birth. For a specific group of beneficiaries, their payment date remains consistent regardless of their birth date. If you started receiving your Social Security benefits before May 1997, or if you are someone who receives both Social Security and Supplemental Security Income, you will receive your June 2025 payment on Tuesday, June 3rd. This group gets their payment early in the month. For the majority of other Social Security beneficiaries, those who started receiving benefits in May 1997 or later, their payment date in June, as in other months, is determined by their date of birth. The Social Security Administration divides these recipients into three groups, with payments typically going out on specific Wednesdays of the month. If your birthday falls between the 1st and 10th day of any month, your June Social Security payment is scheduled for the second Wednesday of June, which in 2025 is June 11th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and 20th day of any month, you can expect your June payment on the third Wednesday of June, which is June 18th. And finally, if your birthday falls between the 21st and 31st day of any month, your June payment will be sent on the fourth Wednesday of June, scheduled for June 25th. So, to summarize the June 2025 schedule, the June SSI payment is actually on May 30th. Regular Social Security payments are on June 3rd for those who started benefits before May 1997 or receive SSI plus Social Security. And then on June 11th, June 18th, and June 25th, based on the beneficiary's birth date. Knowing which group you fall into is key to predicting your income flow for the month. It's based on when you started receiving benefits and your birth date, not the specific type of benefit you receive, unless you also get SSI. It's also worth taking a moment to understand what supplemental security income actually is, as it differs from regular Social Security. SSI is a federal income assistance program administered by the Social Security Administration, but it's funded by general tax revenues, not by Social Security taxes. Its purpose is to provide financial help to people who are 65 or older, or who are blind or disabled, and who have limited income and resources. A key difference from regular Social Security benefits is that eligibility for SSI is not based on your work history or the work history of your spouse or parent. It's purely a needs-based program. To qualify, you generally need to meet requirements related to your age or disability status, your income, your financial resources, and your residency and citizenship status. For 2025, there are specific limits on income and resources. For example, countable resources generally cannot exceed $2,000 for an individual or $3,000 for a couple. There are also rules about what income counts and what doesn't, which can be complex. If you have questions about specific eligibility details, the official Social Security Administration website or a local SSA office are always the best places to get accurate information tailored to your situation. It's important to remember that these are the maximum federal amounts. The actual amount someone receives can be lower based on their countable income. SSI payments are reduced dollar for dollar or close to it by countable income. Additionally, some states provide a state supplement in addition to the federal SSI payment, so the total amount a person receives can vary depending on the state they live in and their specific living arrangements. So while the federal rates provide a baseline, your actual payment could be different. Getting your payment on time is obviously crucial. While the Social Security Administration sets the payment dates, how quickly the money shows up in your account often depends on the method you've chosen to receive it. The SSA strongly recommends and encourages electronic payment methods because they are generally the fastest and most reliable. Direct deposit is perhaps the most common and recommended method. With direct deposit, the funds are transferred electronically directly into your bank account on the scheduled payment date. There's no waiting for a check to arrive in the mail, no risk of it getting lost or stolen, and the money is typically available on the same day it's issued. It's secure, convenient, and helps ensure you get your money without delay. Another electronic option is the Direct Express prepaid debit card. If you don't have a bank account or prefer not to use one for your benefits, the SSA can load your monthly payment onto a government-issued Direct Express card. Like direct deposit, the funds are loaded automatically on the payment date, giving you quick access to your money. The third option, which is less recommended, is receiving your payment by paper check through the mail. While still an option, paper checks are subject to mail delivery times and potential delays. It can sometimes take several extra business days for a check to arrive compared to an electronic payment. For this reason, sticking with direct deposit or the Direct Express card is generally the best practice for ensuring timely access to your funds. Beyond choosing an electronic payment method, there are other steps you can take to help prevent issues and ensure your payments arrive smoothly. Keeping your personal information updated with the Social Security Administration is incredibly important. If you move, change your mailing address, or change the bank account you use for direct deposit, you need to report those changes to the SSA as soon as possible. Failing to update this information in a timely manner can potentially cause your payments to be delayed or even frozen until the correct information is updated. Similarly, if there are significant changes in your life that might affect your eligibility or payment amount, such as changes in your income, marital status, or work capacity, it's vital to report these changes to the SSA promptly. This helps the agency correctly calculate your benefit amount and avoid situations where you might receive an overpayment, which the SSA would later require you to pay back. Staying proactive about keeping your information accurate helps everything run smoothly. Despite taking all the right steps, sometimes issues can still occur. What should you do if your Social Security or SSI payment doesn't show up on the scheduled date? The first step is usually to wait a few business days. Often, a payment might have been sent on time, but there's a slight delay in processing at your bank or credit union. It's a good idea to check with your financial institution first to see if they are aware of any internal holds or processing delays. If you've waited about 3 business days after the scheduled payment date and the money still hasn't arrived and your bank confirms they haven't received it, Then it's time to contact the Social Security Administration directly. You can call them at their toll-free number, which is 1-800-772-1213. They can check the status of your payment, verify their records, and initiate steps to trace the missing payment or, if necessary, issue a replacement. The SSA's official website, ssa.gov, also offers resources and tools where you might be able to check your payment information or find contact details. Knowing the payment schedule and being aware of potential issues and how to resolve them really boils down to empowering yourself to manage your finances effectively. For those receiving SSI, particularly, that early June payment on May 30th means you have to be extra diligent with your budgeting for June. It requires foresight and planning to make sure those funds cover your expenses for the entire month, recognizing there won't be another SSI check until July 1st. Creating a simple budget or setting reminders can be incredibly helpful. Ultimately, the goal is to receive your benefits reliably and on time without unexpected surprises. By understanding the schedule, utilizing efficient payment methods like direct deposit, keeping your information current with the SSA, and knowing what to do if a payment is delayed, you can navigate the process with greater confidence and security. These benefits are a lifeline for millions, and having predictable access to them is essential for financial stability and peace of mind. Thank you so much for tuning into the Financial Podcast today. I hope this breakdown of the June 2025 Social Security and SSI payment schedules has been helpful. Remember, staying informed and proactive is key to managing your finances well. If you have questions about your specific situation, always reach out to the official Social Security Administration directly. Until next time, I'm Olivia, and I wish you all the best with your financial planning.